Okay, hello everyone, ShortsViat here, and I'm probably going to draw a lot of flack for this video, but I really do not care. Mech Warrior Online is a colossal disappointment. Now, before I begin, two things I want to make clear. It's not a bad game because of the community or the gameplay itself. I've been impressed by both, to be honest, and having a tactical simulation game where, teamwork is rewarded, and if you fail, you're out for the rest of the match, is nice, because that means every hit counts, and the fact that you can't repair like you can in Hawken or something means every hit counts, and so games are much more tense and tactical, which is absolutely enjoyable. And when you consider you join a game pretty much every time, there's someone saying good luck, have fun, and all around, I've been impressed with the community as well and the players that I've been playing with, which is great when you consider the fact that I suck and I haven't really gotten insulted, so that's a nice plus. So I want to make it clear, and if you comment, or if you make a comment, or let's see, how do I want to word this? I'm making it clear basically the problems with this game is not the game itself in terms of gameplay and on the battlefield or the community. The problem is its horrendously terrible free-to-play model. It outright sucks and is utter garbage. So I'm going to explain a little bit about that, because this, quite frankly, is the only free-to-play game that I've played in which I've come to the conclusion that I don't ever see myself wanting to put money into this game. I mean, other games, I'll put a couple dollars into, or, some other free-play games, I'll pour hundreds of dollars into, like PlanetSide 2 or Phantasy Star Online 2. I'll put about a couple hundred into each. But games like this, absolutely not, because it is just so horrible in terms of the free-to-play model. And so let's explain what I mean by that. Now, it does do a couple things right. I have to give it credit where credit's due. You do have access to trial mechs that rotate over time, and it's a mech for each chassis size, light, medium, heavy, and assault. So at any time, free-to-play or not, you could jump into your very first match in one of the biggest, toughest mechs. Granted, you can't customize the loadouts of trial mechs, but, you can earn experience for the chassis, which is not a bad concept, really. And then, not only that, for your first 25 matches, you get a major bonus to the amount of C-bills you get, and C-bills being the in-game currency you earn playing the game. But that's where the good stuff of the free-to-play ends. Basically, with that C-bill bonus, if you make a mistake purchase, rookie mistakes, things like that, well, then that's kind of costly. And so basically, I've long since exhausted my cadet bonus, and I've only got 2 light mechs, which are not doing too well, and it really kind of sucks, but oh well. This strikes me as a game where you actually have to, you can't necessarily go with the classes that you want. Some people are saying that you need to start looking online. I've seen that says you need to start with like a heavy mech or a medium mech and things like that, and I think I get told a couple times that the spider's not very good anyway. So by purchasing this initially, just trying to play around with what I thought would be good, I ended up wasting a lot of money. Okay, great. And I didn't think it'd be a problem, because, hey, I could still earn some more money. Now that the cadet bonus is gone, the amount of C-bills I get per match is about 30,000 to 90,000, depending. So, and if I want to buy a new mech, well, new light mechs range from about 1.4 million to up to 5.8 million for these. So it'd be a long time earning the mech, and that wouldn't be a problem. But here's so money so much, I guess, isn't that big of an issue as opposed to the experience gain. And this is where it really, really annoys me, and where the game fails hard. Alright, so I've been playing with the Spider 5K, And so I unlocked these things, and initially I was like, okay, it took several matches to unlock this, which I deemed okay. It didn't feel like it was taking forever to gain all these unlocks. I felt it was a very reasonable amount of time invested before I unlocked all the basics of the Spider 5K. The problem is, I can't just go ahead and start using my experience now to get an elite, unless, of course, I unlock all the basic stuff for the other two variants of the Spider. That's right. In this game, if you want to level up one mech, well, you can't go to elite skills and abilities until you've got all the basic unlocks for 3 variants of the particular version of the mech. So I'd have to level up all 3 versions of the Spider, complete all the basics, before being allowed to go to elite in any one of them. The problem is, I don't have a Spider 5D, so I'd have to earn a whole bunch of Hawking credits, spend those C-bills, spend those C-bills on a mech I don't want, and then end up having to level up that mech, and then maybe sell it when I'm done, at a loss of C-bills, might I add, just to level up the mech that I want. I don't care who you are or how much you enjoy this game. That concept is utterly stupid. I mean, Hawking, at least, if you pick a mech, you start out, and by the time you get your pilot level to like 7 or something, which doesn't take long, you'll have a whole bunch of basic mechs unlocked, and you can level those mechs up and then unlock the next mech in the tree, or save up your credits and then buy the mech later on that you want. It doesn't matter, and you don't have to worry with selling it, because right out of the box, that mech is decent and combat capable. Not so with this game. And not only that, with Hawking, you don't have to level up necessarily. Well, I mean, basically, if you're unlocking mechs by experience only, you do have to level up the one before you can automatically unlock the other one. But basically, with Hawking, you don't have to. You can just earn credits, unlock the mech you want, and you could go ahead and play with that mech exclusively, level it up to max, and you don't have to level up any other mech to max in order to level that one up if you choose to buy it. But basically here, you have to buy a mech you don't want, and again in Hawking you don't have to buy a mech you don't want, might I add, and level that mech up, and which would be fine, except the game is like, well, if you want to have more than 4 mechs at a time, then I'm afraid you're going to have to give us money so you can get an additional mech bay. Really? It's simply put, some people would probably say, if you like Hawking so much, why don't you go play that? The simple fact is, both in terms of gameplay are really good, but I'm just saying that it's terrible that such a great concept as Mech Warrior Online is ruined with this terrible, greedy, free-to-play concept. So, I guess I really don't need to go on much further, ladies and gentlemen. Simply put, if you're looking into trying Mech Warrior Online, yes, it's a good community, yes, the gameplay's great, but unless you intend to put money towards it, it's going to take a while. I mean, granted, if when it comes to global experience, or I haven't even talked about global experience yet, I don't think. Basically, that's just the way it is. You have to buy 3 mechs of different 3 variants of a single mech, level up them all the basic, complete all the basic before being able to unlock the elite and master. But then here's another problem: pilot trees. You got all these modules that you could buy, and when I first saw them, I thought they'd great. As playing as a light mech, capture accelerator, capture stuff 15% faster. That'd be a great 15,000 global experience. Gee, I have less than 900. I haven't spent any, and I've played about 30 to 40 matches. So for one module, I need 15,000 global experience. Played about 30 to 40 matches, less than 900. Not only is that bad enough, as I said, you can take after you unlock all the basics, you can use the XP you earn and exchange it into global XP, which would give me almost 2,000 global experience right now. So when you take that into consideration, it seems like a good idea, except you have to pay money for this. And, as much as I like Hawken, I think Hawken's stupid for doing the same thing. To convert it in global experience, you need to pay real money. Quite frankly, games like this should, in my opinion, offer 3 options. Yes, if they want to offer a real money option, great. But they should offer an option to do this with the in-game money or just a straight-up experience cost, but at a major loss of experience. So, let's say you want to convert 1,000 XP over to global experience. If you wanted to use it experience alone and not use any currency in-game or real, you would take a huge hit. So like say for every 1,000 you wanted to transfer, you would lose 750 or something like that. That would be fair, but again, if you want to exchange it over, you got to pay real money. And so that's basically the deal. I mean, it forces you. It's not that it takes, again, let me be clear, it's not that it takes time to have to earn something that I have a problem with, because I'm one of those people that likes my games to take a really, really long time. I mean, the only strategy games, for example, that hold my interest for any length of time that I even consider good are the games that take weeks to play in a single match. So, I mean, I don't like, games like StarCraft 2 and all that. They may be good, but the fact that they're over in like an hour or something is just way too soon. I mean, it's gotta... But anyways, so it's not that I have a problem with something taking a while. The problem here is, again, it forces you, if you want to fully advance one mech, it forces you to play as other mechs that you may not particularly want to, or even though it's technically the same type of mech, just a different variant, that variant is for a different type of playstyle that you may not like. And when you consider the fact that you'd have to buy it, and then, like say, after you buy it, level it up, while only having 4 mech bays, unless you pay real money, it just strikes me as being a game that's out for your money. And which sucks, because again, the gameplay is good. I'm not denying that. But when people come to your game trying it out the free-to-play model, and you slap them in the face like this game does, I just don't think it's worth it to stay with it. I mean, sure, some of these frustrations could be alleviated if you paid real money, but yeah, I just find it really annoying, but that's just the deal, people. Gotta level up a bunch of mechs you may not like, just to level up the one you do. And if you don't want to pay real money, good luck trying to unlock all these modules. Oh, and by the way, this module here, improved airstrike and improved artillery strike, from day one, people who pay real money could get the exact same modules without having to earn any experience. So, yeah, when you look in the mech lab, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Everybody starts out with the basic artillery and airstrike, but then for real money only, you can get a priority artillery strike or a priority airstrike. And this has 10 bombs, whereas the basic has only 6. And this is a 4-second time delay, and this is a 5-second time delay. Now, the stats for the priority are exactly the same as the improved, but the point is here, you can get a better airstrike and better artillery strike right off the bat by paying real money, and you don't have to work to earn it. Utter bull, in my opinion. So, yeah. This is, simply put, from my experience, what I've learned. Mech Warrior Online, again, decent game, bad free-to-play model that is just out for money and will beat you over the head if you don't give them money. And that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching.